Thank you for taking the time to view the CI tutorial for how to complete midterm and final clinical evaluations at FIU within the TracPrac digital evaluation system. Step 1. On the TracPrac instructor dashboard, navigate to the Evaluation tab. As shown, all evaluations are accessed under the Evaluation tab at the top of your dashboard. You will see FIU Clinical Evaluation Tool in the drop-down. In this tutorial, we will show you how to locate your evaluation tool and begin the midterm assessment for each student. As a reminder, the midterm evaluation is the first submission to the student in the semester, but will continue to the final submission for the latter part of the semester, for a total of 2 submissions to students for the semester. Once you select, you will see the Create New Eval button to initiate for each student name on this next screen as indicated above the number 2. Once you save a draft, you can use the search box to find the student's evaluation quickly each time. You can type their first or last name. Once you locate the student, click Open Draft as shown to open the evaluation and begin completing your midterm submission for the student. Please click Save and Continue on each page to save your ratings for each entry. Here's a TracPrac tip. There is a 2-hour security limit on our website. If you are working for more than 2 continuous hours, please save, log out, and sign in again to refresh your entry and allow for security to prevent loss of work. Step 2. On the first tab in this process, you'll select your student from the drop-down and enter the other pertinent details of the clinical rotation for your student. You'll need to enter the number of the clinical absences to proceed to the next screen, but this number can be edited before you're ready to submit. The grade does not need to be entered until you're ready to submit to the student for either midterm or final. Step 3 in this process shows the guidelines for the clinical evaluation tool. Simply check the box to acknowledge and click Save and Continue to advance to the next page, or Previous to go back to the previous page, but you may always return to your draft and add to the student evaluation until the completion date. For the standards of care on each tab of the clinical evaluation, you will select the performance rating as applicable in the midterm column for each competency on the page. Note, scores will auto-populate on the tab at the top as each is selected. The performance rating legend is visible at the bottom left corner of the page. Narrative feedback must be present on each tab before you're able to submit the completed midterm or final evaluation to a student. Click Save and Continue to advance to the next page or Previous to go back to the previous page. You may always save and return to your draft to add to the evaluation until the due date. Step 5. The total score for each standard will be automatically calculated in the box. This cannot be edited. For the comment boxes on each of the tabs of the clinical evaluation, you may type feedback as needed for outstanding, unsatisfactory, and unsafe. Type an NA or an X if no comments are necessary. Note, at least a single character or narrative feedback must be present on each box before you're able to click Submit at the end of the evaluation to send the completed midterm or final eval to a student. For the final steps of the clinical evaluation, the Summary tab has both scoring for the clinical grade and signatures. Part 1 of the Summary tab is scoring for the clinical grade. Scores from each of the standards of care will auto-populate on this final Summary tab and cannot be edited on this page. Please review each Standards of Care tab carefully before manually calculating the total score. Important: the total score box can be edited, so you may manually calculate any subtractions for absences, etc. Part 2 of the Summary tab is to confirm reviewing the clinical evaluation with the student and applying signatures and dates. Please review each Standards of Care tab carefully, including the total score. When you're ready to submit, check the box to confirm, type the full names for both the CI and the student, and select the date. Once this has been applied, the Submit button will become bold or active to click. Wait for the submission to process and then check the status for your submission. Here's a TracPrac tip. The grade on the first location tab must be entered or the submit will not become active. No changes can be made to the valuation once you submit. So click Save Draft if you want to review any tabs or make changes. Only TracPrac support can reopen an evaluation draft once submitted. To confirm the status of your evaluation, go to the Evaluation tab. Select the course and view the status as indicated above. All evaluations for your students will be listed here. Here's a TracPrac tip. Change the filter to completed to view the status when you have submitted as final at the end of the semester. You may export to download a PDF copy of the student's clinical evaluation. Both the instructor and the student has access to export the clinical evaluation at any time. This concludes the walkthrough for submitting automated clinical evaluations for BSN students in the TracPrac system. This video tutorial is available to view at the quick link. If you have any questions, please contact TracPrac support. We have live chat available on our website. We also will be providing the students a video to walk them through their acknowledgement process. Thank you.